How one Filipino family's act of kindness led to double murders that shocked the world. The story of the Magwad sibling murders. The tragic and shocking Magwad sibling murders shook the Philippines in late 2021, igniting intense discussion not only in the local community but also within the Filipino diaspora. The case, which seemed like a textbook home invasion gone wrong, quickly unraveled into a chilling crime of betrayal that centered on the family's adopted daughter, Janice. This case resonates deeply, especially among Filipinos abroad, as it touches on themes of familial pressure, social stigma, and hidden trauma, not to mention the Philippines' justice system, all while shedding light on broader conversations about mental health and adoption. On December 10, 2021, in the small, quiet town of Mlang in North Cotabato, the gruesome discovery of the lifeless bodies of two young Magwad siblings sent shockwaves through the community. Their adoptive parents, prominent figures in the area, both were educators at a local high school, had left the children home alone, only to return and find their children brutally murdered in their own home. What initially seemed like a senseless act of violence by intruders soon took a darker turn as evidence began to mount. Janice Sibiel, the family's adopted daughter, was the sole survivor, initially claiming that she had hidden during the attack. She presented herself as a terrified victim who narrowly escaped. However, investigators soon discovered a bag containing bloody clothes near the crime scene, clothes that would later implicate Janice and her alleged accomplice in the murders. As investigations progressed, Janice eventually confessed to her involvement in the brutal killings of her adopted siblings. The confession shocked not only the local community but Filipinos around the world. Speculation about her motive pointed to deep-seated resentment and sibling rivalry, with unconfirmed reports suggesting that Janice struggled with feelings of inferiority and emotional neglect. Janice's role as the adopted daughter adds a layer of complexity to an already tragic situation, raising questions about the impact of social stigma surrounding adoption, especially in traditional Filipino families. Cruz Magwad later revealed during an interview that he had noticed prior to the murders that Janice had increasingly been struggling with jealousy towards Gwen and wanted to take her place in the family. Janice, adopted only 5 months prior, had been portrayed as an orphan, but it later emerged that her biological parents and siblings were still alive. Chillingly, he also recalled she had an odd obsession for the thriller movie The Orphan, which features a similar story of a child adopted into a family who turns out to be a dangerous manipulator and killer. As of today, Janice is still in the custody of the Department of Social Welfare and Development and has not officially been sentenced due to some technicalities about her being a juvenile. As of today, Janice and her accomplice continue to remain in the custody of the Department of Social Welfare's safe house in Mlang and Cadapawan City despite their conviction.